station at Perth, Western Australia, like all central stations of capital cities, is a busy place. The station, marshalling yards, parcel dispatch and receiving offices and goods sheds extend over an area of 50 acres. In the goods yard, a continuous stream of traffic may be seen every day carrying goods to and from the railways. As Western Australia is mainly a primary producing state, tractors and farm implements are continually on the move. The farmers' requirements are of national importance. Mobile cranes are used to speed up the loading of heavy equipment. Immediately after weighing in, the tractor is driven to the waiting truck. In a few minutes, it is ready for dispatch. Heavy mining equipment and housing materials are handled in the same manner. Western Australia has 4,867 miles of railway lines, including sidings. Although some goods are dispatched from main coastal towns like Fremantle, Albany, Bunbury, and Geraldton, Perth is the heart of the whole railway system. Every care is exercised by railway officials to see that the goods are not damaged in transit. Forwarding and receiving agents attend to the requirements of the firms in the metropolitan area. Goods to be forwarded through the railway system should be well packed and clearly labelled. A consignment note for these goods is handed first to the receiving checker. The goods are wheeled in batches and carefully weighed. As his title indicates, the checker sees that the consignment note has been correctly filled in by the sender and the goods conform with the entries made. When the weights have been marked on the note, the goods are removed and placed ready for loading. Continually goods are being received and continually they must be accurately checked. The at whose risk column must always be filled in. If forwarded at the Commissioner's risk, the goods are not received unless securely packed and protected. At the desk, the receiving checker completes the consignment notes. Reference to the loading list indicates the particulars of the loading days and brand of the station concerned. These goods are for Mullawar and MW is the station brand. The out-of goods and loading list shows by the letter R that goods for this station must be loaded on the right-hand side of the truck from Perth. After signing both portions of the consignment note, the receipt is handed to the carrier. Completed consignment notes are placed on a spiked file ready for the loading checker. Goods received, weighed, and checked are wheeled to convenient places in the shed for loading. As the various goods trains are assembled according to schedule, the loading checker collects the notes from the desk and proceeds to direct the picker-out and the stower regarding goods to be loaded and the truck allotted for the particular section. Goods being loaded into a truck or van are carefully tallied by the loading checker. The truck number is also marked on the consignment note. Barrowmen receive the goods from the loading checker and wheel them into the van. The stower's job is a responsible one. Every care in stowing must be observed to prevent damage in transit due from shunting and friction. In the case of a roadside truck, the stower must load the goods on the correct side of the truck for unloading. Special care is also necessary to avoid damage by leakage of liquids from faulty containers. Heavy goods are arranged on the floor of the truck, while lighter and fragile parcels must be stowed on top. A consignment completed, the stower moves to another van. Juniors are employed as runners to take the completed consignment notes from the goods shed to the office. The notes are first sorted into the various groups representing the departure of goods trains from Perth. When sorted, the notes are handed to a costing clerk for charges entry and then passed to a typist who enters the details on separate invoices for each station. A number of consignment notes may be entered on one invoice, but it is essential that these invoices accompany the goods to ensure correct delivery. When a truck or van arrives at its destination, the seal is first examined and broken by a responsible officer. Goods from country areas arriving at Perth for transshipment have been entered in a similar manner as shown here. Correctly marked with distinct brands, the goods are quickly dispatched. At the main country towns, such as Bunbury, 115 miles south of Perth, goods of considerable quantity are received each day. Again, the seal is examined before unloading commences. In many cases, agents anticipating the arrival of goods are in attendance at the unloading. Goods are checked with the accompanying invoice and placed ready for removal. Railway workers assist in loading the goods to the waiting motor vehicle. The letter B beneath the firm's initials indicates the destination, Bunbury. With the invoices and consignment notes checked, the agent leaves the rail yards. At an unattended wayside country siding, the responsibility of checking is that of the guard and his assistant. The seal is checked and broken by the guard. Goods for this siding have been packed ready for immediate unloading. They are carried from the van to the roadside shed. As the goods are unloaded, each item is checked with the invoice. Any discrepancy in number or damage to package is immediately noted. The waybill is endorsed by the guard, showing that the goods have been correctly delivered. He will hand the invoice to the station officer at the next attended station. The station name is then struck off the label and the train continues on its way.